Hi, so today we will discuss some questions or numericals based on atom economy, E factor and percentage yield. In the last video, we did some problems based on atom economy and theoretically also in green chemistry principle number 1 we discussed what is E factor. In principle 2 we discussed atom economy and percentage yield in detail. So if you want to revise, just go to the video. I have pasted the link here for the theory portion. For in this video I am only going to discuss the numerical thing very quickly in one slide. Let us quickly revise what was atom economy. Atom economy basically it's a measure of how much your reactant is converting into desired product, because that is what is required to be made. So there should not be byproduct, those byproducts should be very less, right? That is what atom economy measures. So what does it do? You have to find out the total mass of the desired product, divide by the total mass of all reactants. So these are your reactants, find out the molecular mass and find out the molecular mass of this and use this formula. Coming to the percentage yield, because in green chemistry atom economy finds a special place, but normally in chemistry we find out the percentage yield. What is that? That is how much it is actually made. So your actual yield is how much, right? And this is your theoretical yield. Actually you could have made something but you could not. So how much you have made is your actual yield, and how much you were supposed to make is your theoretical yield, and there is a difference. Now if your theory and your practical is almost same, then it would lead to 100%, and which is what the ideal condition is. Similarly, in E factor, that shows how effective your product is, how green your method is, and that means your waste is should be generated less. So E factor find out how much you have generated as a waste. Let's say in this equation BP, that is byproduct, is a waste, right? Let me consider it as a waste, which is you are not going to utilize. So how much waste is generated, that E factor will tell you. So in this you have to find out the mass of the total waste. This is for the mass of this, divide by mass of the product, which is this. Now if I have to ask like which equation which you prefer for a green product, what should be the value of atom economy and yield and E factor? So just remember, this is the main thing. Higher the atom economy and percentage yield, that's better, because obviously desired product आपका ज़्यादा बनेगा अगर atom economy ज़्यादा है, और actual yield भी ज़्यादा होगी, और it's equal to theoretical yield. तो ये दोनों scenario हो जाते हैं ideal. And third scenario would be lower E factor is better. Lower, that means the mass of total waste is less and the mass of product is high, which is the ideal condition. So just with that, let us go ahead quickly with the question. The first question says that in an experiment theoretical yield is 3.2 gram, but the actual yield is only 2.4 gram. So calculate the percentage yield. Now as I told you, percentage yield is the ratio of what actually you have made by what you were supposed to do. So actual yield by theoretical yield multiply by 100, and obviously it would vary from 0 to 100%. 100 is the ideal thing, right? So percentage yield to find, actual yield is 2.4, you only could make this while you were supposed to make 3.2. So just divide 2.4 by 3.2 into 100, and that gives you 75%. So for this reaction the percentage yield is 75%. Let us go to the next one. Copper oxide reacts with sulfuric acid to make copper sulfate and water. In an experiment, 1.6 gram of dry copper sulfate crystals are made. If the theoretical yield is 2 gram, calculate the percentage yield of copper sulfate. Now actual yield and theoretical yield are given to you. You just have to find out the percentage yield. They said that 1.6 gram of dry copper sulfate are made. That means this is your actual yield, while the theoretical yield is 2 gram. So if you have to find out the percentage, 1.6 divide by 2 into 100, and that will give you 80%. Simple? You are able to understand, right? Let us go ahead with one more question. And now since I'm like emphasizing on the fact how to find out, I'm not going in the chemistry of the reaction. So I'm not just making the reactions right now. Fine. Chalo, let us see the next question. In the lab, 10 gram of KClO3 was carefully decomposed in presence of MnO2 and 3.41 gram of O2 was collected. What are the theoretical yield, actual yield and percentage yield of the reaction? तीनों चीज़ें पूछी हैं आपसे, ठीक है? So how are you going to do? Let's say how to solve the question. So if you solve it by like finding out the molecular mass, I have just written the molecular mass here and here also. So let us find the theoretical yield. Let's say 122.5 gram per mole, right? So this in fact is going to give you how much? 32 gram per mole of oxygen, right? No, multiply it with 3 because there are 3 moles and multiply it with 2 because 2 moles. Now it's correct. 2 gram of so much gram per mole of KClO3 gives you 3 into 32 gram per mole of oxygen. So in the question, how much gram is there? 10 gram, right? So we'll write then how much 10 gram will give. Okay, so how to solve it? Obviously 3 into 32 and that divide by 2 into 122.5 and that multiply by 10. So now if you solve this, you'll get the answer as 3.92 gram of oxygen. Fine, so just solved. Now this is your theoretical yield, because मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैंने इतना यूज़ किया है तो theoretically इतना ऑक्सीजन तो बनना चाहिए, right? But what is the actual yield? The actual yield you have got only 3.41. So what is the percentage yield? Can you solve the question along with me? Yes, please do that. So this is actual yield, right? And that by your theoretical yield, right? So if you substitute the values, what are the values? 3.41 by 3.92 and multiply by 100. Can you give me the answer? 3.41 gram by 3.92 gram multiply by 100. Yes, you're correct. It's around 87%. So that is how you can calculate the percentage yield of a particular reaction. Let us go ahead with the next question. Synthesis of phenol by old synthetic route is this. Calculate the atom economy and E factor of the reaction. Now just to remind, if you still are not sure, you can watch my previous video of atom economy. There are also many questions we have solved, right? So just you can go and see. As of now, first you have to calculate the molecular weights of each and everything. Atom economy, if you remember, was the ratio of amount of desired product formed by all reactants. So total mass of desired product by total mass of reactant. Now what is the desired product in this reaction is obviously your product, right? And what is the molecular weight? 116. So you'll write 116 here. Divide by 260 because you have to add them together. This and this are the reactants and multiply by 100. So atom economy is very simple here, 44%. Going with E factor. E factor was you have to use the ratio of waste versus product. Now what is the waste here? We'll consider this and this as a waste because this is our desired product, right? So I have to add 126 plus 18, that gives me this, and divide by 116 because that was the product. So if you find out, it's around 1.24, which is like okay kind of thing. It's like less only. I have given the standard values in my theoretical video. You can watch there also for detail. चलो आगे चलते हैं. Synthesis of phenol by new synthetic cumin route. You have to calculate the atom economy. How will you do? And E factor. Right now, atom economy is around 100% because we consider that acetone is actually a useful material. It's not a waste. And now since we consider this as not a waste, so E factor would be 0. Because the numerator is 0. So it's just a kind of one tricky question which can come, you know. You have to decide what is desired product, what is a waste product, if it is a waste or not. Coming to the next question, calculate the E factor and atom economy for the particular reaction. Again, molecular weights are there. So what is the waste? Waste is HCl. What is desired product? Which is acetonamide. अब acetonamide का total भी यहाँ दिया हुआ है. E factor पहले देख लेते हैं. So what is the total waste? Total waste is HCl. H is 1 and Cl is 35.5. So that gives me total of 36.5. Divide by 135 because that is the desired product. So E factor is very less. Coming to atom economy, how to find out? Do you remember? Yeah, what we did is atom economy is desired product. So that is 135, right? Divide by the reagents. What are the reagents? 93 plus 102, right? And 93 plus 102 will give you 195, I guess, and then multiply by 100, you will get the answer. Fine, समझ में आ रहा है आपको? So if you are able to understand and you are able to solve the questions, please hit like on this video. That will give me motivation. Also mention in the comment that you are able to understand or not. And if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe for few more updates. Let us go ahead with the next question. Next question, very simple. Calculate the E factor and atom economy. Everything is mentioned here. Very simple. So for E factor, you have to see what is the waste. The waste is HCl, and I hope you remember it's 36.5. So divide by product. So 36.5 by 120 will give you 0.30. How to find out the atom economy then? Atom economy is desired product, divide by reagents. 78 plus 78.5 multiply by 100. Very nice, around 76.68%. I think you have got me right? So let us go to the last slide of mine. It's a kind of little homework to you. Please solve these questions and let me know in the comment that you are able to understand and solve the questions correctly. देखो सारे क्वेश्चंस में कुछ ना कुछ लिखा है, आप हिट एंड ट्रायल भी कर सकते हो और आप सॉल्व भी कर सकते हो. Let's say first question, if we see calculate the atom economy. Now N2 plus 3H2 forms 2NH3. Now it's an addition reaction and I hope you remember मैंने last video में बताया था that if it is addition reaction और एलिमिनेशन नहीं, एडिशन और रीअरेंजमेंट हो तो ऑब्वियसली 100% होता है क्योंकि आपका डिजायर्ड प्रोडक्ट है और बाय प्रोडक्ट तो है ही नहीं. So that divide by this will give you around 100%. So I think is this. And meanwhile you can solve here also. They have given you actual yield, theoretical yield. I think you will be able to solve the percentage yield. So let me very quickly reveal the answers. The answers are like this. Please check whether you have done correctly or not. So with that, I have come to my end of this video. Please do subscribe if you are new to my channel and please hit like for the video. Thank you so much.